All I can tell y'all is that it's about to go down.
Yo, all right.
Welcome to Southeastern, Minnesota's #1 podcast for high school sports. This is Tiger Nation and Beyond with your host, straight out of Stewartville, Adam Peterson.
Woo! Only one clapping for myself. Hey, what's up, Tiger Nation, and welcome in to Tiger Nation and Beyond. This is season number 5, episode number 22. Merry Christmas, Tiger Nation! How fantastic is this? This is our first run at recapping winter sports on the new format. We're on YouTube on the Razzle Dazzle channel for the first time ever. I do know that we've put some out there before, but this is the first time that we'll be trying the video version of our podcast. Recapping the winter sports results is what I have for some of the teams. Some of the last 2 weeks, I think, is what we'll run down. So thank you for tuning in. It is the Razzle Dazzle channel. If you can, subscribe, like, whatever you do, share it. Would love to get all this information out here on the amazing student athletes that we have in Tiger Nation. This is episode 22 of season number 5. I do want to thank Coach Ryan Liffrig of the girls basketball team for coming on in episode number 21 to give us a rundown of what was happening with his team, girls basketball. Speaking of which, that's where we're going to start off. December 12th, it was camper night in Tiger Nation for girls basketball. It was the Stewartville Tigers versus the PM Bulldogs. As you can see, Stewartville coming in at 3-2, PM 2-1. Our girls team is so fun to watch. Like I said, camper night, something that was always special for my girls when they were able to make it. They would love to stand during the national anthem next to girls like Erin Lamb and Lily Welch and Kaylee Malone, Maya Peterson Pride. So I know for these girls out there, probably also something special to hang out with those varsity girls. It was complete domination, though, for Stewartville. It was a halftime lead of 68-18, and then they turned that into a 60-point win over the Bulldogs. 95-35 was the final score. Our team shot 55% from the field. We had 26 assists. We had 24 steals as a team. The defense was fantastic. 40-23 rebounding advantage. We had 4 girls in double figures. Like I said, 95-35 was the final score. Leading our way, the superstar, Audrey Schindler, 16 points on 7 of 11 shooting, 3 assists, 2 steals. I put Hannah Martinson in there right in the middle because I think there were a couple times Hannah Martinson got the steal, dished it up to Schindler. Schindler finished at the rim. Keely Steele and Haley Strum, fantastic. I say here, Strum and Steele are the real deal, and they were this night against the Bulldogs. Steele, 14 points, 6 of 7 shooting, 2 from 3 from three-point land, had 3 rebounds. Haley Strum, incredible. Like you heard me and Coach Lifford talk about, our 7th girls basketball player in Stewartville history to score 1,000 points. Well, she added another 13 points on this particular night. 13 points on 5 of 8 shooting, 4 steals, 3 rebounds. Savannah Hadeen was our 4th player who was in double figures. You see her here. Savannah Hadeen, 10 points, 4 of 8 shooting, 3 assists. Taylor Clement, great to see her back. Nice little form there. She knocked down both of her 3. She was 2 of 2 from downtown and had 8 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. A couple seniors for us. Avery Spencer, Hannah Martinson, accounted for almost half of the steals that we had on defense. Spencer had 5 steals. You see her hustling here. I love that. You can even see Brooklyn in the corner even watching Spencer. What hustle play by number 5. Spencer had 5 steals go along with 6 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. And then Hannah Martinson, our defensive specialist, she had 4 steals and 3 assists. The other, how about 2/3 of our freshman trio? I love watching these freshman girls. You got Ella Theobald, 7 points on 3 of 4 shooting, 6 rebounds, 2 steals, and then JC Rath. She led the team in 3 categories, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, and then 3 blocks. Also had 3 steals, 4 points to go. She only shot the ball a couple times, but she was distributing the ball all night. She was there. She's our best rim protector. She is so fun to watch. There you can see, like I'm calling them, the Twin Towers, baby. Ella Theobald, JC Rath, don't go down low unless you want that ball. Return to sender. Woo! A few other girls got into this action. Let's run down these statistics for you. Josie Cahoon, 4 points, 2 rebounds. Emma Rowan, 2 rebounds. Claire Reuter had 7 points, 1 rebound. Kylie Minnick, 2 points, 1 rebound. Kayla Byrne had 2 points, 3 rebounds. Addie Ruffridge, 2 points, 2 rebounds. Stewartville would move to 4-2, and we won this one big time. 60-point win. JC Rath looks at that score and says, yeah, I'll take that. Then we move on to December 13th. We had 2 teams in action. It was boys basketball and girls basketball. Both of them playing Lake City. Boys would be on the road. Girls would be at home. Boys basketball team for Stewartville coming in at 1-1. Lake City, one of the better teams in the area. They came in undefeated at 3-0. Lake City, they opened the game on a 16-0 run. Stewartville would have to claw back the rest of the game. They would work and they'd work and they'd work. Lake City was up 38-27 at the half. They increased that lead to 19 and they would win this one 71-52 was the final score. Henry Cheddar, though, led the way. 14 points, 2 rebounds. Parker Wong 10 points, 6 rebounds. He hit 2 3-pointers. You see one there. Those were our 2 leading scorers. Both of those guys, the only ones in double figures. The next set of guys, Caleb Bancroft, the new guy from Century. I believe he's just a sophomore. It's 9 points for him, 4 rebounds. He hit a 3 from downtown. And then we had Aiden Helder had 6 points. You see him slashing the lane here. Pretty left-handed layup for our quarterback from the football team. But other guys, Jason Schindler, he had 3 points, 5 rebounds. Max Barnes, 3 points, 2 rebounds, and a 3-point basket. There are the guys, though, kind of huddling together, sticking together after a 71-52 loss to Lake City. That moves us on to girls basketball. You just heard me. One of the greatest show on hardwood is what we always like to call this girls basketball team. We came in at 4-2 after that big win over PEM. Lake City Tigers in Tiger Nation, our Tiger Nation in Stewartville, they were 2-2, and we would see what would happen here. You know, this one was pretty much over before halftime. Stewartville, full control, 54-6. 54-6, we coasted. 82-19, we held Lake City to 12% shooting from the floor. Offensively, we were 50% from the floor. We had 38 rebounds, 16 assists. We forced 38 turnovers with the help of 29 steals. You saw her. I gave you a little sneak peek of her. Haley Strum, fantastic. 13 points for the senior, 6. Yes, 6 steals on the night for her. You see her take one away right there. Avery Spencer says, yeah, you got this one, Haley. Go ahead. Ella Theobald, Clements in the background saying, we're about ready to run here. And Strum, 13.6 steals, 2 assists. Ella Theobald was fantastic this game. I think she is outstanding player. She's great to see her back after the hard work that she's had on her knee. We saw her in volleyball season. You really start to see her hitting her stride right about that 1 year out from injury. Great big player, post player to have down there to pair with JC Rath. Theobald finished her night 13 points on 5 of 7 from the floor, 9 rebounds, 4 blocks. Audrey Schindler was fantastic, 11 points for her, 4 steals, 3 rebounds. Those are 2 of the 3 freshmen that we have playing significant minutes for us. Keely Steele, she had 9 points on 4 of 5 shooting and 4 steals. Savannah Hadeen, the other one you see on this screen, she was 2 for 3 from the floor, 7 points, 4 rebounds, 4 steals. Speaking of steals, how about Hannah Martinson? 5 steals for her. I think that gives her 10 over the course of 48 hours if you add in the PEM game. 4 assists, 3 rebounds, 3 points. And then Avery Spencer over there, you see her, she's just such an effort girl going after rebounds, steals, distributing the rock. You saw her inside, outside. We've seen her be able to play the post. I've seen her hit a couple threes. So kind of fitting into that role that she's probably a little more comfortable with. She finished her night with 4 points and 6 rebounds. Clement had 2 points, 4 rebounds, and Emma Rowan had 6 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 3-pointer. So great job for the Stewartville girls to get everybody a little taste of action. And that would be the final score, 95-35 Tigers. And there's JC Rath saying, looking good. They are looking good, Coach Liffrig. Let's go, the Lady Tigers. We move on. December 15th, wrestling first. Goodhue was in action. Unfortunately, I don't have any results for that, so we'll move on to December 16th. This was wrestling at Chisago Lakes Holiday Tournament, and we'll run down some of the top place finishers we have. I don't want to run down through each of the matches because that could take a while, but we will run down some of the top place finishers for the Stewartville wrestling team. At 113 pounds, Quade Mullenbach got to the 3rd place match, dropped that, would finish 4th. At 120 pounds, let's go! We got a champ in Tiger Nation. It's Hunter Karnitz. He would take the title, like I said, at 120 pounds. At 126, Reed Rinn was also wrestling for a championship. Unfortunately, dropped this. Did finish a very respectable 2nd place. That was Rinn at 126. Jace DeYoung at 138 would finish 4th place. Yeah, 145, Lucas Larson took the 7th place match And then we had 152, Tanner Elson wrestling for third place, would drop it, but still very good at fourth place in this competitive Chisago Lakes tournament. 170, Lincoln Doobie, he's beefed up, especially with football. Coach Muller's got to love that. He would finish in fourth place. And then our final top finisher in the top 8, Anthony Nelson at 195 pounds in 8th place. So great job by these 8 guys from our wrestling program that finished in the top 8. And big congrats to Hunter Karnitz bringing home the title at 120 pounds. That would move us on to December 16th. It was boys basketball against Kasson-Mantorville. And let me tell you, boys were coming in 1-2 off that Lake City loss. Comets coming in at 2-1. And I will say this was a packed house, as it should be. Look at Scott Spencer there cleaning the floor, wants to make sure it looks real nice for such a competitive game. What a guy. I know he did a lot of work for that 7th and 8th grade tournament that was held at Bear Cave. So big thanks to Scott Spencer for doing a little bit of everything for this basketball program, especially for providing Avery Spencer for our girls basketball team. Incredible player. This one would go, this would be one of the most exciting games I've seen in a long time. Stewartville was down 33-17, and then second half came out and it looked like a completely different team. We were really struggling hitting shots, I would say. We were having trouble, like I'd say, it'd be trouble to hit water. They couldn't hit water if they fell out of a boat, is kind of the saying, right? Well, that's what it looked like the first half as we went down to the break, down 16 to Kasson-Mantorville. We continued to work. Second half, like I said, it was incredible. We forced it to overtime. Then we came back. We won it. 57-52, one of the most entertaining second halves I've ever seen. The story here, though, I think, is the incredible performance by Parker Wangen. Here he is, driving up. Whamma! Slamma-jamma! The sophomore, Parker Wangen, he was lights out. And then the sniper, Jason Schindler, we'll get to it in a minute. Those two were just off the charts on this particular night. Parker Wangen finished his night 17 points, 4 rebounds, 1 3-pointer, 2 dunks, which should count extra. You know I love dunks. Here's the sniper, Jason Schindler. Came in the second half. He was getting rebounds when we needed them. He was providing that energy, and boy, did he knock down some big 3-pointers at crucial moments. He finished his night 15 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 huge 3-pointers, and then he had a rebound putback in overtime to give us our first bucket, a little bit of a lead, and we extended that. 57-52 was the final. You heard me there. The crowd loved it. I mean, when Schindler hit that 3 to tie us up and put us ahead, they were going crazy. Can't say enough great things about that student section. Caleb Bancroft, 7 points, 2 rebounds for him. Henry Cheddar and Aiden Helder, they contributed. Each of them had 6 points. Each of them had 4 rebounds as well. We would finish this one emphatic fashion here for Parker Wangen. Look at that dunk. That was his second of 2, the one I showed you before. Tigers would win this one in overtime, 57-52. Other guys that contributed, Brady Pickett, 2 points, 3 rebounds. Tegan Malone had 2.7 rebounds. Max Barnes, that senior leadership, 2 points, 4 rebounds. Both of these teams, Kasson-Mantorville and Stewartville, would move to 2-2. That moves us on. Yeah, Tigers coming in. If we win, we get our logo up on the board, and they got the yes chant going. I saw Coach Hain and Coach Muller in the crowd, and I see a lot of girls basketball players in this crowd. Great to see them supporting the boys team, as the boys team hopefully will do for them when they don't play on the same night. So yes. Big win. Big second half comeback. That moves us on to December 20th. Very busy night here in Tiger Nation. Wrestling at PEM, boys basketball against Goodhue at home, girls basketball at Goodhue. Let's run them down one at a time. Wrestling at PEM, Brolin Steer would get a pin at 143. That started, so I said 103 here. It's actually 106 pounds. 103 used to be the weight class, I think, when I was in high school. I don't know why I messed that one up. But anyway, we got the win anyway. It put Stewartville up 6-0. We would drop the next couple of matches, be down 12-6 in terms of team points. But then at 126 pounds, Hunter Karnitz, who bumped up from 120 that you saw him wrestle in Chisago Lakes, he got a pin in 41 seconds. That would even it all up 12-12. Well, then Reed Rinn would come back, get a tight decision, 5-4. That would put Stewartville up 3. We would win the next match. Jace DeYoung, another 16 points. That was big. Now we were up 9. At 145, PEM would win, but Jackson Hewitt would get a big pin over Kyler Lamb at 239, and then Tanner Elson at 160 pounds, he got a pin as well. It put us up big. All we would need to do is win one of the next 4 matches, and I'll tell you, Lincoln Doobie at 182 pounds did it for us, and in great fashion, in 248, he pinned his guy. This would put it out of reach for PEM, but Anthony Fate got a pin at 220 pounds in a time of 5:42 with just 18 seconds left to go in the match. That would ultimately give us a 45-33 win for the Tigers, baby. Let's go. And that was on the road, so great to see them. Then we move on to boys basketball. This one was in Tiger Nation. Stewartville boys, after that win over Kasson-Mantorville, a big second half. It was 2-2. Goodhue, though, coming in at 4-1 with some talented guys that we'll talk about here in a second. Halftime, let's run it back here. Talk to you about the game. Halftime, it was 27-25 Goodhue, so close game. We were just unable, though, to get past the 25 points by Will Opsahl. I talked about him. He's a fantastic player. And then Luke Roshan, who I believe is a young guy, came in, hit 5 threes on his way to 21 points. The Wildcats, unfortunately, would win this one in Stewartville. 71-59 was the final score. Our leading the way, Tegan Malone, 16 points, 5 rebounds. He hit 5 3-pointers. I don't know if he missed this layup or what, because he had 16 points. He might have got, who knows? I'm not really doing the math, but 16 points, 5 rebounds, 5 3-pointers. Henry Cheddar also had double figures. He had 15 points and 2 rebounds. Parker Wangan, after that incredible Kasson-Mantorville game, he had 7 points, 2 rebounds. He hit 1 3-pointer. The sniper staying busy. Jason Schindler had 6 points, 6 rebounds, hit 2 from downtown. And then Aiden Helder, he loves to drive the lane, can finish around the rim. There he is, 6 points, 3 rebounds for him. Caleb Bancroft, 4 points, 5 rebounds, and Max Barnes had 5 points, 1 rebound, 1 3-pointer. Unfortunately, though, Stewartville would drop that one. Then we move on to girls basketball in Goodhue, and this was a matchup of 2 of the top teams in the entire state of Minnesota. You're talking about the 10th ranked Stewartville Tigers in 3A, and then the number 5 ranked Goodhue Wildcats in 2A. You know, Coach Josh Weemy, Coach Ryan Liffrick, 2 of the best around, especially in the HVL conference. This would be a slobber knocker. It was so fun to watch. It was a battle for sure. At halftime, Stewartville led 42-30 behind some hot shooting. And then in terms of a game, you can see how happy they are here. Stewartville would win this one 73-62. Stewartville shot 48% from the floor. We were 43% from 3-point land, 5 of 13 from the free throw line, but we won the rebound battle 42-29. Did have 19 turnovers, but that Goodhue defense is suffocating. You see her here. I have her coming off the court. All of her teammates happy to see her. Haley Strum, 19 points on 9 of 13 from the floor, 5 assists, 3 rebounds. But I'll tell you about Haley Strum this game. I love to talk about when people have a quiet 19 points. I watched this game in its entirety, and Haley Strum never seemed to be forcing shots. She took the shots that were open to her, and you could see that from 9 of 13 from the floor. You know, when we distribute, when we pass the ball, when we get open shots, this team has such a diverse array of scorers that it only helps us, and that's how you're going to beat a very solid Goodhue team. And Haley Strum was able to do that. You heard 19 points, but also 5 assists for her. I thought she played incredible and took what the defense gave her. Savannah Hadeen, 15 points, 10 rebounds, a double-double for the junior, 7 of 14 from the floor. Like I said, 15 points, 10 rebounds for Hadeen. She's coming off the court, and she's getting a high five here from Coach Liffrig, and Keely Steele's right behind her, you see. JC Rath, I said in this game, I sent the tweet out, where can I put my application in for the JC Rath fan club? Because I want to be in it right now. I don't want to wait processing time. I will pay the extra to be in it right now. She hit a 3 from the corner that was so huge in the first half, and that's when I sent out the tweet. But all game long, she was incredible. A double-double for the freshman, JC Rath. 13 points, 5 of 9 from the floor, 11 rebounds, 1 block. She's also a player that all season long, I have yet to see her 4 shots up. She'll get the rebound. If it's not there, she'll kick it out to an open player that can either pop a 3, or the way she moves the ball around. She's our best shot protector, shot blocker down low on defense. She plays incredible defense. The length she has, the height, beautiful jump shot, finesse down low, can dribble the ball. She's a 1 through 5 player. She may be one of the best Stewartville players to come through Tiger Nation when all is said and done. And she's only a freshman. How lucky are we for that? Incredible. You see all the pictures here. Big JC Rath fan. Speaking of some other players I'm a fan of, Audrey Schindler, you see her there in the middle. 8 points, 3 of 4 from the floor. Only shot 2 from downtown. Hit them both. 2 for 2 from three-point land, 2 steals, 2 assists. Keeley Steele led the team, I believe, in steals with 3. They need to rename that steal, and I see Coach Lifford does on his Twitter account. You see her there shooting a 3. She had 9 points, 3 steals, 2 assists, and then on the right side of your screen, Ella Theobald, 10 rebounds for one half of the Twin Towers of the freshman trio. Ella Theobald, 10 rebounds, 3 blocks. That would move us to a big win, 73-62. Coach Liffrick starting to flex. Avery Spencer's happy. Haley Strum jumping into Josie Cahoon. Just outstanding to see, the excitement that you have. I do have to give a hats off. Tori Miller and Elizabeth Gadiant. They are incredible players. 18 points each for the Wildcats, but the defense that Stewartville played was able to limit the damage. You won't be able to stop those two girls in Miller and Gadiant, but able to contain them enough that we got the 11-point win, and I do appreciate that. There goes the Tiger logo. We get the win. The logo comes in. Tiger Nation updates. What do we have to look forward to? Well, it's Christmas weekend here, so I will say Merry Christmas to everybody out there tuning in. But besides that, we have some other things that aren't like current, but kind of catching up on. Big news out of Tiger Nation. Emily Lamb commits to UW Oshkosh. You see the tweet here. I saw it a couple days ago. How about this? Emily Lamb, incredible volleyball player for our Stewartville team, continues the Lamb legacy coming out of Stewartville with volleyball. She's going to go to UW Oshkosh. And if you don't know, the WIAC, the Wisconsin Intercollegiate Athletic Association, very competitive Division III conference. I know this because I went to UW Lacrosse, and all the sports, just incredible teams that they put together, very competitive, and she's going to get a great education there at UW Oshkosh. My middle brother, Luke, went there, and I believe he studied a little bit, but had quite a bit of fun, so going to be easy to cheer for the Titans most of the time, but when they play my Eagles, I'll kind of have to sit on my hands, not really cheer for anybody, but boy, it'll be hard not to kind of pull for Emily Lamb every time she spikes a ball. So go easy on my Lacrosse Eagles there. Emily, congratulations to the Lamb family. Speaking of the Lamb family, last week I worked at 7th and 8th grade boys basketball tournament at Bear Cave. Was able to see older sister Erin, who had a sensational season at Kentucky, and she is just one of the biggest sweethearts. I am probably one of the biggest Erin Lamb fans that's not related to her, because I bet her family's pretty big fans. But just the way that anytime I reach out to her, she always gets back to me. She sees me. She stops by to chat. Just an easy student athlete to cheer for, and just so proud of all she's accomplished, and can't wait to watch her progress these next couple of years in Big Blue Nation. Huge Kentucky fan. We try to catch every game that we can. Huge Erin Lamb fan. And now we get another Lamb to cheer for at the next level, as Emily Lamb, going to be close by. Her parents are going to be able to go watch several games, Oshkosh, Clare, and, Stout. Those are all really close. And Oshkosh, I bet that's like a 3 or 4 hour drive. Not as far as Lexington, thank goodness. But congratulations to Emily Lamb. Also, for our football team, we had some awards come out. Here he is, flexing. Big Southeast District Blue Division Coach and Section 1 4A Coach of the Year. He won it last year as well for the Big Southeast Blue District. That's 2 years in a row. He has, the last time he lost a regular season game, 2020, undefeated this season. One of the best offensive minds that there is in high school football in Minnesota, in my opinion. How does this feel standing this close to greatness? Garrett Muller is fantastic, and we're just lucky enough here on the podcast to get Tuesdays with Muller each week, so congratulations to Coach Muller. Some other awards coming out. Owen Sickick named District Offensive Player of the Year after almost 2,500 all-purpose yards, 34 touchdowns, and remember, he very rarely played in the second half during the regular season. Incredible performance by Owen Sickick. We also had the Special Teams District Player of the Year, Parker Wangen. Wangen, you say special teams. How about this? He already has set the record, if I'm not mistaken. He has set the record for extra points in a career, and he still has 2 years to go. So great job by Parker Wangen, District Special Teams Player of the Year. But his impact on offense as a wide receiver. I believe he led our team in receiving yards and touchdowns, if I'm not mistaken. And even on defense, he may be up there for leading the team in interceptions. So talk about a guy that switched from the quarterback position to any position that could help our team. Parker Wangan was that guy. So I know it says District Special Teams Player of the Year, but in terms of doing it all, how about Parker Wangan? Huge for the success that we had this year for Stewartville football. The next rundown of guys that I want to talk about, all district players. We had 10 guys on the all district first team. We'll run them down here. Owen Sickink, you talk about one of the best seasons of all time. Rushed for 1,165 yards, had 35 catches for 536 yards, 34 total touchdowns. He was Big Southeast Blue District Player of the Year. He was probably number 2 in terms of the Post Bulletin's all area team. He was voted to Minnesota Vikings All-State team. Owen Sickink playing baseball next year at North Iowa Area Community College. Peyton Byrne is on there. Byrne named Associated Press All-State second team. Just awesome. He was probably, I'm saying, the best offensive tackle that I've ever seen in Stewartville since I started following. Has a ton of offers. You got Colton Parker there. You got John Becker, Ian Hoot, Zach Schreiber, Carter Miller, Caleb Jansen, Aiden Helder, Henry Cheddar. 10 guys on the all-district first team. Honorable mention, you got Bryant Rindles, Drew Anderson, Jamie Hart, and then Parker Wangan. I talked about all the positions that he played. And then Grayson Schneider, who the future is going to be bright for Schneider, only a sophomore this year at defensive end. He was an animal out there. I did talk about this. Peyton Byrne selected to the Minnesota Football Coaches Association All-Star Game. He got to play in that. You see some guys from the southeast area of Minnesota all taking a picture together. Post Bulletin All-Area Team. I think I alluded to this. You have the 2 guys on the first team. That was Peyton Byrne, Owen Sickink. We ran down them. We had 2 guys on the second team. Parker Wangan, 52 extra points this year and 3 field goals, averaged 50 yards per kickoff, 9 touchbacks. He's just a sophomore. Like I said, already holds the Stewartville record in career extra points, makes with 78. Caleb Jansen, he had, he was a second team member, 6'4", 240. He's a linebacker. Led the team, led our defense at the middle linebacker position. He finished with 45 tackles, 6 of them for loss, and 1 forced fumble. Honorable mention, we had Colton Parker, 48 tackles, 7 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, 2 forced fumbles. Aiden Helder, our junior quarterback, 109 for 158, 1,556 yards, 24 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions. Also had 3 rushing touchdowns. Carter Miller, 19 catches, 376 yards, 2 touchdowns. John Becker was there, Henry Cheddar, and Ian Hoot, all honorable mention for the Post Bulletin area, all area team. But that's going to kind of do it here for our episodes. Let me run you down what to expect in the next little bit for Tiger Nation coming up. I told you it is Christmas time, so Merry Christmas to you. We got a little break, but we start up next week, Thursday, December 29th. Boys and girls basketball are in the holiday tournament at the Civic Center. I don't know who they're playing. I do know they're playing the 29th and 30th, so check their Twitter account or whoever's updating you on that stuff. Then on January 3rd, girls gymnastics, they'll be away at Byron. That's at 6 o'clock. And that's it for January 3rd. That's Tuesday, January 3rd, the first day back for school. Then... oh, I'm wrong. Boys basketball is also in action. That will be at home against Pine Island, 7:15. Thursday, January 5th, wrestling is at home against Cannon Falls. Boys basketball will be on the road against Rochester Lourdes. Girls basketball will be at home, 7:15 against Lourdes in Tiger Nation. Saturday, January 7th, boys and girls also play in a showcase tournament. That's going to be in Kasson-Mantorville, so excited to see that. Girls gymnastics will be at an invitational as well. That's in New Prague. That's on January 7th. I believe that's all I have for the next couple weeks. This has been Tiger Nation and Beyond. It's been a fun one, a learning experience. I'll try to work the kinks out with the presentation style and trying to move things around, but I appreciate you tuning in to Tiger Nation Beyond here on the Razzle Dazzle channel. Let me show you what the fabulous freshmen think of this. There they are. They say, hey, strong work. That was a good episode, Adam. Hey, thanks, Audrey. Thanks, JC. I know Ella, she's throwing up the thumbs probably underneath the picture. Girls are the best. But that's going to do it here for me, Adam Peterson, on Tiger Nation and Beyond. On the Razzle Dazzle channel, season number 5, episode number 22 is in the books. Remember, until next time, remember that you're never wrong to do the right thing. Take care, Tiger Nation.